Hello everybody, this is Sebastian and this is my introductory video to DC Dark Legends. Yep, that's right, this is the other game that I'm playing on the side. I've become very familiar with it and I have been developing one account here to see exactly what the game entails and what type of strategies you need to use to make sure that you're able to level up. So we'll leave all those details for another video, but for today, essentially what it is yes, there is a little bit of a gacha component in it. We'll discuss it in another video, but there are some heroes that you do want to collect to make sure that you can round up your roster and at the same time add them based on the team ups that are here that are available. So we have anything from the Justice League to just the Supermans, and eventually I'm thinking that there are more heroes. We have the Lanterns, just to give you an example. We have the Atlanteans in here as well. So it just kind of gives you an idea of what you can expect if you do decide to play this game. And then the other thing, of course, as it is with many gacha games these days, unfortunately, is that there are limited type heroes available where you do need to get 40 fragments to just unlock them and then to level them up as well. But their banners are limited, so you got to catch them when they're available. Now here I've been saving some anvils. This is what is called to particular summon in this limited banners here. This is Sinestro. He is one of the best heroes in the game, at least from everything that we've seen from the earlier servers, especially those that had beta access. And Deathstroke, I did get one copy of him, but once I knew in the bleed schedule that Sinestro was next, I just decided to save up for him. And this is kind of a low spend account, so I'm not going too wild with it. So you can see here, saved 125 ambles. So we're gonna gonna summon them and see if we can get any copies of Sinestro. The pity is 50. Yes, it's a harsh one because these ambles are really hard to come by, especially if you are a free-to-play player. So to get to 50, it hits. It really does hit, especially if you're free to play. The other thing to note too, though, is that you are not guaranteed to get the limited banner hero until you hit the 4th legendary. So you're guaranteed every 200 to get a copy of Sinestro. And then, of course, the thing that unlocks the limited is the more stars you get on them. So at first, you just get him just to unlock him, and then you're supposed to build up the stars. So another copy, you get all the 5 white stars, you unlock all the skills, and then you want to go on to the next. You want to go to the blues and then the purples, and then eventually you want to work yourself up all the way to the red to really optimize the hero. So just keep that in mind when you are going to be trying out this game if you decide to try it. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. So let me start with the singles here, and we'll see how many copies of Sinestro. Ooh, right. Okay. We will take it. We will take it. I was not close to pity on this one. So this was a lucky shot. So it's probably not going to work for everybody, but I will definitely take him. We have a couple more rounds. And if you want, there's always a record that you can come here so you can see that I just had unlocked a legacy piece. So that kind of reset pity. And then I just got Sinestro. So it resets pity again. So I wasn't even close to that. And it tells you here how many summons I have left to get to pity. So now everything's back to 50. All right, so that was a lucky shot there. And the other thing that I do need to emphasize too here is that not only are we summoning for the heroes, but we are summoning for these legacy pieces. Sometimes this can get in the way, especially if you're chasing a hero, right? So, you know, this aspect of the game, I wish that they would separate them up. So you're either summoning for a legacy piece or you're summoning for a hero. But they're both mixed in here. And unfortunately, if you do summon a legacy piece, it resets pity. So yeah, so it's the formal mechanic, the gacha mechanic in this is heavy. So just keep that in mind. And this is why I'm kind of making this video in case you do decide to play the game. Okay, and here we go. All right, so we're getting a yellow, so we're just gonna get something that's going to be legendary. So here we got Catwoman, and essentially now what I'm getting is 10 shards out of her, so I can then use them to start her up. Everything else here on the purples is going to get converted to currency that would allow me to buy some legacy pieces that are restricted to the shop. So you have to get currency for that. So this will help out. And also AC/DC charts, as you can see here. This will help me elevate the force of my heroes. Essentially, stat boost is what it is. All right, let's keep going here. Let's see if we can get another copy of Sinestro, and then that will unlock him. So another yellow one. Perfect. All right, here we go. And then we'll go over as to why sometimes it's great to get copies of this, of legacy pieces, because you are going to need them from the Supreme Commander. So that's another video topic that we'll cover, but that's essentially what I'm looking for. And today we're on the 5th day of the Supreme Commander event, so this here will help with that. All right, let's see if we can get closer and closer, or we can just get it all red. No, it's just a yellow, and then we get some shards for green arrow. Very good hero, by the way. I really do like him, even though he's only legendary. All right, there we go. And now we get the red hood, and everything else is just going to be currency for this account. Let me see here. We're almost there, it looks like. 18. All right, let's go. We still got 92. So let's see if we can lock out here. Nope, not on this one. It'll be on the next one. Okay, so legendary piece. More copies of Mira. Perfect. Excellent healer for free-to-play players. Excellent feeling. And then eventually, if you are a spender, you'll catch up with a green arrow and eventually surpass her. But hey, if you have her with more stars, the better she is. All right, let's this should give me another copy, so we'll figure out. If it's Sinestro, perfect. But hopefully is okay. So we got the horns. So this is what I was talking about, that you also get these pieces. There's mythic legacy pieces. Yes, they are essential for the build of a hero to give you extra stat boosts, but when you are chasing a limited hero, this get in the way, and that's the unfortunate part about this. So we'll use it to you know, to upgrade the current piece that I have. There we go. All right, so we're gonna get one more shot. Hopefully we can get 2 more shots at Sinestro. Okay, so we're getting another legendary legacy piece, and there we go. It's another legendary. So that's good for Supreme Commander, but not good for what we're trying to do here, which is try to get copies of Sinestro. All right, so we got that. And then that weapon then counts towards the pity to get Sinestro, in a sense. So there we go. And we're gonna get 10 here. I think we're gonna get pushed to pity. Yep, exactly. And okay, Poison Ivy. She's very good healer. So if you do decide to spend the game, you can just buy shards for her. So that's not a problem. But unfortunately, that's what we got instead of Sinestro. So my next round is try to save to see if I can get another copy of Sinestro to get him to 5 stars. Essentially, it's going to come down to. And there we go. So we got 3 hits, 2 heroes. One of them was Sinestro, and we got a legendary piece. So 123 hits. That's not bad. But then again, with pity, it's a little bit okay. I'm trying to make a video. Fun plus not so fun sometimes. All right, folks, that'll do it for this video. It's just a simple summary session on it, and then just to explain you how exactly things work if you do decide to play this game. Thank you all very much for tuning and watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.